Hello, hello, hello. Oh my God, the Pilgrims shock the world again. Are you kidding me? Liverpool, you're going for the quadruple. And you lose to a team that's holding up the championship. Plymouth Argyle have rocked the soccer world. Well done, Plymouth Argyle, beating Liverpool 1-0 in the FA Cup. Oh my word. Did you have money on that? Don't lie to me. I know you didn't, you liar. All right, that and Villa took it to Spurs at Villa Park with Marco Asensio and Marcus Rashford making their Villa debuts. Ooh, and did they look good? 2-1 to Villa. The scoreline actually flatters Spurs there, in my opinion. All right, both City and United come back from being down 1-0. They both win 2-1 over Leyton Orient and Leicester, respectively, while Chelsea are down 2-1 to Brighton. Well done, Brighton. Neymar's Santos, not debut, return, didn't quite go as he had planned. We got a couple of stats we'll talk about there. And, by the way, it's Champions League playoff time. Oh, some of the matchups this week are just to die for. Oh, my God. Man City hosting Real Madrid. Beautiful. I'm going to be watching. I know you will, too. Oh, and by the way, some local soccer. Detroit City FC signed a new player. We're going to talk about that. And the championship. Have you checked out the championship recently, the EFL? My word, from 5th to 14th is separated by 7 points. It's crazy. We got a lot to get to. All right, stick around. Let's get going.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Well, hello, friends. How are you? Yeah, you got it. What a weekend. The big game. Did you watch it? Not that big game, you moron. No one watched that crap. We're talking about the big game. Whatever it was you were watching. Was it the Liverpool game? Was it the Aston Villa game? Was it the Man United game? Was it the City game? Was it the Chelsea game? Because Chelsea went down. Ooh, boy. Ooh, they did not look good. They are having a little bit of a rough January and February to start off here, so I'm liking that. All right, we got a lot to get into. It's not me. I got the boys here in the studio, but before we jump in there, I want to say a big thank you to our partners. A big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all of your soccer gear needs. Big thank you to Next Level Training. Aaron, Dylan, Scotty, Summer, the boys and girls of the Next Level Training are the best trainers in the country. Big thank you to them. Big thank you to the Michigan Jags. Wow, they had a great weekend. My son played. Unfortunately, they lost, but I tell you what, I like the progression. I like the development. Good organization, the Michigan Jags. If you don't know much about them, check them out at MichiganJaguarsFC.com. Big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. If you're hurt, if you're injured, and you need to get back on the field, hit up the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Our friend Brooks dearly needs to talk to the doctor again, the football doc, because Brooks, you're always on the sideline. We'll get to you in a minute. Nate, how are you, buddy? You doing all right?
Who ate the sandwich in here? Because it smells like moldy sandwich.
Yeah, one of us may have forgotten something because I don't smell it, but yeah, I'll trust you.
It definitely smells like if your child left a sandwich in their lunchbox for like 7 days. By the way, spring break coming up. Might as well check your kids' lunch boxes for sandwiches.
Mid-winter break?
Good advice.
Whatever, Brooks.
Same thing.
The break.
Well, Nate, I'm going to tell you right now, there's only one small child in this room who probably eats sandwiches.
I don't eat sandwiches. Not part of my dietary repertoire.
Brooks, do you eat sandwiches?
I do, but
I told you.
Guilty as charged.
There's got to be a half of your sandwich in
Empty
here.
your lunchbox, son.
maybe it's from your car.
Oh.
9. Because my car's not in the room, Brooks. So
yeah,
that's
but you walked from your car, and maybe that smells on you.
Yeah, I walked from the car where it didn't smell like moldy sandwiches.
You have kids in your car, you take.
Into NLT, talked to Summer, said she was the best. She agreed.
Cheers.
Walked over, laughed at your team because they tried
playing.
to get an offside get called on them when they were playing against them.
At 7v7?
At 77. And I think Mox was going, there's no offside. And
Offside here. Who is this guy?
what is going on? No moldy sandwich in any of those areas. Just to be clear, it smelled like sweat.
Just in this room.
Walked up the stairs, turned the corner, walked in,
Hit like a punch in the face.
like a moldy sandwich right to the breadbasket.
I don't know. We'll have to do some investigating. You know what I did forget to say, though, by the way? It is Monday. It's Monday. It's not
Happy
Sunday or normal. It's not
This is
Sunday.
weird on a Sunday that I had to work.
I know.
I know, right?
Very confused. I was impressed with my team that came in to train on a Sunday, and I went and coached on a Sunday.
Yeah. Did you go to work today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a Sunday.
Sunday. That's weird.
Ah,
It is
Come to you live Sunday.
Sunday. It is Monday. We are recording, or live today, because
We recorded it Sunday. We're actually not live at all.
we didn't, and I can prove we didn't because we got the FA Cup draw that happened today.
And he predicted it all.
Yeah, I got it all right. Right. I predicted all 6 matchups or whatever. it is.
Amazing Craig Hearn saw the future on Sunday.
Sunday.
On his pre-recorded show and told you what it was going to be.
Well,
Brooks
sounds like
isn't impressed at all with this.
No, he's not.
I'm
No, he seems to be tired from this Sunday/Monday topic.
Moldy sandwich.
Yeah, he didn't finish his sandwich. Brooks, how are you, buddy? You good? Nice sweater, by the way.
oh, thank you. You're in the same one.
I wore the same one last week.
You did.
did.
Yeah.
We just kind of rotated.
These are big, by the. These people love these.
They're the Miami Vice ones.
They keep
They're really
asking
awesome.
me. They keep asking.
They can
me for
order them on our website.
I know. Go to the website. That's
Fine.
where you order them. They're like $30.
What's the website?
Super cheap. www. The World Wide Web.
Oh, neat.
I'll teach you about that later, Nate.
Al Gore invented that, didn't he?
That's exactly right.
Nice.
Yeah, back in
Good for
1994.
him. Good for him.
Yeah. All right. Brooks, you got anything to say, or are we jumping in, buddy? We got some soccer to talk about.
Had a good weekend. Can't complain. Relaxing weekend. You know, I feel better. I'm ready for Friday's game for our
I don't know. Listen, hey,
Yeah.
Dr. Zachary Atwood, you may have to show up to Friday's game. Brooks is going to attempt to step on the field and play again. I think we just need a professional, a medical professional there just in case, Brooks.
Like on call, like ready to go.
Yeah, just in case. I mean,
Not that bad.
listen, he made a run through the middle last week and pulled up lame. It was like 20 minutes into the game. I'm like, oh my God, Brooks. What?
Oh, I was in the second half.
Oh, I mean, okay. All right, fine. All right, we're jumping in, boys. Listen, the big game this weekend was Plymouth Argyle, the Pilgrims of Plymouth Argyle, who beat Liverpool. The ironic thing was, I posted in the We Are Soccer Facebook group like 2 days before this that said, are Liverpool going to win the quadruple? Are they going to win the EPL? Are they going to win the league? Are they going to win the FA Cup? Are they going to win the Carabao Cup? Are they going to win the Champions League? And a lot of people said, probably not, but they've got as good a chance as any, and who knows? We could see history made. 2 days later, Plymouth Argyle, who, by the way, are in last place in the championship. We're going to show you that table in a little bit because, holy crap, that league is entertaining. The most entertaining league in the world.
Do they wear Argyle sweaters?
No. Brooks with a dad joke every freaking week, man. Yeah, you're the dad of the group. Well done. Plymouth Argyle stun Liverpool and the world. We didn't know. I don't think anybody predicted Plymouth Argyle beating Liverpool. Now, it was a penalty. Harvey Elliott with a handball in the box and a surefire penalty, by the way. Steve McManaman on the call as a commentator. He goes, what's he arguing about? That's absolutely a penalty. Absolutely. He throws his hands in the air. Ball hits him. Absolutely stonewall penalty. The kid steps up, puts it away. 1-0 to Plymouth. I think that was in about the 56th minute. They hang on to win. I was not impressed with Chiesa. He played a lot of minutes in this game. Did not impress me. Jota didn't impress me. Diaz missed a hatful of chances and a couple of crosses that he should have put onto people's feet. Liverpool, we have found that there is a little bit of a stumbling block. Now, Alisson wasn't playing. Virgil van Dijk wasn't there. Mo Salah wasn't there. Cody Gakpo wasn't there. Curtis Jones wasn't there. Trent Alexander-Arnold wasn't there. They are missing half of their lineup. Missing or just seated because they thought they could take care of Plymouth Argyle without them.
So we got a glimpse of what the next year's going to be like for Artie Slot, huh?
Great call.
All right. Oh, no.
Whipping boys.
Yeah, not going to be very good.
Not going to be very good because Virgil van Dijk is out of contract.
Yeah, boom.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is out of contract.
He's going to Madrid.
He's off to Madrid. And Mo Salah is most likely heading to
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I mean, I think so. He's going to take that money and run. He's what,
yeah.
33. I mean, I won't blame him, to be honest. If he wins the Premiership this year, and that's their main goal. So I asked in the Facebook group, what is the priority order? This was before they, flunked out of the FA Cup. What was the order? And most fans said it's Premiership, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Well, you can take the FA Cup out of there because you ain't moving forward, but Plymouth is. We're going to show you who they're playing in a
really
little bit.
think the league is more than the Champions League? I get it because Liverpool technically has more. They have the most amount of Champions Leagues out of any team in the Premier League, right?
Yep.
But you go to any other league, you ask them what would priority be: your league win or the Champions League. I think they would say the Champions League because there's more money in that.
Yeah, the funny
more
thing,
prestige in that,
yeah,
right?
I know. I listen. I'm on board with you. I would think the Champions League is more prestige, and I want to get into that in a little bit with the Villa game and the Tottenham game. But players really want the EPL. That's what they want.
I'm not siding either way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it. Just I find it surprising that the Premier League
is a priority.
Is a priority when I think actually, if you ask the players, I think it's the reverse. I think a lot of players rather play Champions League football.
They interviewed Mo Salah recently, and he said his priority. He wants to really win the league. He wants the EPL.
No, and he's out then after that.
Yeah,
But
wouldn't you think if he goes to Saudi Arabia, this is his last chance to play in the Champions League? So wouldn't he want
for
that?
now until the FA pulls Saudi and
pulls some strings and lets him in?
He can play in the Club World Cup.
This is true. We did have a comment I just saw jump in. Asking,
is it about the sandwich?
No, I don't. Let me check the comment. Nope, doesn't look like anybody cares about the sandwich and the smell.
I don't know. That's got to be priority right now.
Brooks, someone asked, did we see the score of the USA versus the U.S. Virgin Islands game? U17 game, correct?
Yeah.
What is the score now? We had a 10-0 earlier, and one of the young players scored.
Chase Adams has 7 goals.
He had 7 goals at the time. Now, that was 30 minutes ago. That was 40 minutes into that match. They are officially probably...
It's 14-0 right now.
14-0.
You know what, though? You know what's nice? Yeah. That the people on that island are waiting to get married.
Yeah, and they all get to see this slaughtering of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
But they're waiting to get married on the people of that U.S. island. They're holding on to their purity and chastity. It's good to see in this day of the age, that the 17-year-olds there on that team are still virgins.
I don't know where that came from, but I'm sure
it's
why.
It's the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's an island
Virgin Island. Oh, I got you. All right, moving on. It's 14-0 currently.
At halftime.
At halftime.
Yeah. I don't think there's a mercy rule.
F me, that's a lot. And that's a boring game for both sides.
Is there a chance they could come back?
There's always a chance, my friend.
There's always a chance.
Goal differential is always good, though, because you got to get out of your group.
Does the U.S. Virgin Islands, do they get to add a player?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do they find MSDSL rules?
I know that's a CONCACAF Champions League rule.
All right.
Well, I had another joke to make. I'll make it to you later. But I can't do it now.
Keep it clean. Family-friendly show.
No, it's a family-friendly joke. It just...
Yeah.
Inside Iggy.
Oh, sorry. It is now 17-0.
17. Okay, so
Chase Adams has 8 goals.
Are they going to get to 25?
I don't know what the record is, but I think they're shooting for over 20.
All right, come on. Listen, they're not 7-year-olds. They're not 8-year-olds. This is 16, 17-year-old kids.
No mercy, Craig.
At some point, you kind of back off, right? No?
No.
No? I don't know. Maybe
they need to put a passing rule in.
A passing rule.
5
passes, and you only score with your head.
5 passes, and we're only scored off crosses.
Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get back on topic here, fellas. All right, another game that happened this weekend. My Aston Villa played against Tottenham Hotspur. This was at Villa Park. Villa came out on fire. They came out fired up. And they scored a goal in the first minute. I had a couple of people text me and said, holy crap, Villa must be, they're on fire. Goal in the first minute. If you watched the goal, you know that Tottenham's goalkeeper actually pretty much pushed the ball into his own net. Not Brighton style, but the ball was shot right at him. Like Kinski, the Spurs goalkeeper, saves it like this, and it just loops right over his own head. It was bizarre. Terrible goal. Tottenham.
Things have gotten so bad in Tottenham, their goalkeepers turned on.
It's gotten bad. Listen, Villa went at Tottenham in the first half, and it could have been 3 or 4-0 in my opinion. Tottenham had a very nice opportunity. Son came down, went one-on-one with Martinez. Martinez blocked it. Looked like it could have been offside, but it was played on. Again, no VAR in the fourth round, so it was played onside. Martinez makes a huge save to keep it 1-0. And then the second half happens. Villa come at it. And they bring on they go up 2-0. They bring on Marco Asensio for his Villa debut, and they bring on Marcus Rashford for his Villa debut. Oh my God, was it fun to watch? Rashford on the left, Asensio in the middle, and then spring out to the right, play with Morgan Rogers. The speed that is possessed by those players is incredible. Once Ollie Watkins comes back and can stretch the defense, this is going to be a fun team to watch.
Oh, boy.
This is going to be interesting.
Once
After
Watkins
one
comes,
game.
Once Watkins comes back, Rashford won't find the field no more.
Well, see, here's the thing. Because Villa play with almost a triangular 3 up top. Watkins plays as a high man. Where did they put Rashford when he came on? He played on the left, his favored left spot. Now, I did send a text into our We Are Soccer group text here, and it was meant to poke a little bit. Rashford looked class, but this is what happens. A player transfers teams. What does he do in his first game? He comes on and puts a huge effort in and looks really good.
No.
We'll see if it...
No, he's a real deal. Sign him for 45.
It's 40. It's 40.
Sure.
Sign him.
How about 39?
That
He's
shit-
a real deal.
that shit's
You sign him
50.
now. Sign him now.
Yeah.
So-
Sign him now.
Well-
Craig, don't think
Sign.
all the other managers were wrong, including, and it must be Manchester United because they're so awful, horrible, bad man to work for. Just like the national team too as well because,
he was dropped there?
Yeah, and that probably had to do with like not being able to play in consecutive games, just like Harry Maguire, and that's why Harry Maguire was dropped from the national team and certainly wasn't the captain at all
Yeah. Listen,
for the national team.
listen.
That's why Harry Maguire was dropped as well.
He
right?
played 25 minutes.
No, it's cool.
I'm not
Sign
getting
him.
over the moon about
No.
it. But if he can regain a little bit of that form from 2-3 years ago where he scored 17 goals, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
But
just like Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Just like Jadon
Agreed.
Sancho.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's just coming out.
Agreed.
No, he's just like, it's sign him. Sign him now. Don't give him a chance.
I watched him play the other week, and he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I think.
Chelsea fans are saying, hey, I think we got fleeced by Man United.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
They paid in the 40 for him as well, 40 to 45, I think.
You know who hasn't been wrong yet?
Who's that?
And maybe he will be wrong one time. We'll see.
Who has been wrong?
But time and every time again. And I'm still kind of mad that United fired him still. Because he's been right about everything.
Do you want me to guess?
Jose?
Do you want me to guess?
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho
Yeah.
has been right up and down.
How many managers ago was that?
This is football
Like
heritage.
4 or 5.
This
If
is
you're counting the
football
interim
heritage.
managers.
Managers.
Everything he said has been right.
Yep.
Come to fruition.
You're not wrong.
He said the same thing about Rashford. The guy needs to figure out how to work hard.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's football heritage. Sign him.
Listen,
Sign him now.
it's a win-win-win situation for everybody involved. No, it really is, because if he doesn't work hard and he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, we ship him back.
Or he keeps doing what he's doing, and you sign him.
And then he sucks next year.
And he's Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. So after the game, Ramsey and Morgan Rogers are giving an interview, and they said, "Listen,
Morgan Rogers.
Morgan, who did I say?
Rogers.
Rogers.
Both of them.
Morgan Rogers,
Both of them, yeah.
Both those
Dylan
guys.
Ramsey,
Yeah.
Jacob Ramsey, giving an interview, and the interviewer said, "Hey, how about the debuts for Marco Asensio and Marcus Rashford? What was it like playing with them on the field?" And they instantly said, "You know what? They have played at the top level of a sport. They've played in the Champions League proper several years. They've played at huge games. Their quality, they're a little older than these two young players. The quality they bring," they said, "is exceptional." And both looked at each other and said, "We now have to raise our game if we want to continue playing minutes." Marco Asensio alone will help you
I
raise
believe Marco
your...
Asensio. I'm not sure.
Asensio.
I'm not sold on Rashford.
Asensio came out of the back heel out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and then he pulls the ball back and he rolls it and gets it back. the guy just wanted to get straight in and really play.
I believe
it
that.
looked awesome, by the way.
In all joke,
I'm just not decided on Rashford.
Asensio, you should sign.
Yes.
For real. Asensio is class.
That's not an option. PSG loaned him, said straight loan, no option to buy it.
You tell
unfortunately.
PSG, no.
Yeah.
He's ours
You
now.
send Rashford away and you go, I have
Give
the
him
money now.
Rashford.
Yeah.
Give him
Yeah.
Rashford.
Do
Yeah.
this. Do this. Sign them both.
Yeah.
Give him Rashford.
Secretly.
Yeah.
But then send Rashford over there.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
him it's Asensio.
Yeah.
I'm willing to wait out and see if Rashford comes good. I think he will. We'll see if I'm okay. In all honesty, we've got to be at least you got to say, hey, we hope the kid makes it. We hope he gets back on track because
I don't
we've
care.
seen. Listen,
Why do I have to hope it?
you don't.
Why
I'm an
do-
England fan.
Why?
I want him to be back.
Why?
And plus, it's Aston
Why?
Villa. So I
There's
want
better players
Why?
that can be
If he didn't go to Aston Villa, if he didn't go to Villa, would you care?
He's an England player, so I'd care a little bit.
Oh, come
A
on.
little bit.
There
I'd
are
love to
better
see him.
wingers than him.
I'd love to see. What?
Come
I don't know,
on.
man. There was a couple of years ago where nobody wanted to play against him. He was unplayable. Yeah. Anyway, here's one of the things that came out of that game.
Interesting.
Spurs looked terrible.
At least their Loney scored. for him.
Spurs. I mean, the Loney score, and that was a great goal, by the way. An awesome cross by Kulishevsky. Mateus Tell with a nice outside of the right boot flick. Brilliant goal. But oh my God, did they look terrible?
Do you think,
Aston Villa should have won 5-1.
I think Tell's like, what the hell did I leave Munich for?
Seriously.
What the hell is this shit?
What is this dumpster fire of a club I'm in? Yeah, I
You
really
wanna
think
have
he
fun.
is.
He had fun saying his coach's name all the time. Maybe that's why.
Do you think maybe he
And
was like,
Postecoglou?
Yeah.
do you think maybe he was like, thank God there was no buy-on clause on there? And he's like,
I really do think he thought that at the end when he got there after those games. He's like, "Yeah, thank God."
woo,
I'm
dodge
heading
that
back."
bullet.
Maybe he wants to go drive go-karts down below in the go-kart track.
I think he'd rather do anything than play for Tottenham right now. Tottenham are terrible. Sorry, Tottenham fans. It is a bad run, and I don't want to see Ange Postecoglou fired, but at some point here, he's got to go.
What dumpster fire is larger at this point?
Ooh, I love these questions.
Tottenham,
Yeah, or
Manchester United. You have two dumpsters of equal size.
They're right by each other in the table too.
They're-
13
both
to 14.
dumpsters are right next to each other.
Yes.
Which one is more ablaze? We're going to find out soon when they play each other
I
later
say
in the
they,
week.
they play each other on Sunday, right? Game of the week. We're gonna say I want people watching. What's a bigger dumpster fire right now? Man United or Tottenham? What is it? I got to be honest. Equal? I don't know. No, if one comes out,
You can't say equal. That's a
Jesus.
cop-out.
No,
I will
yeah,
not
not
accept
equal.
that.
You know what's gonna happen is they're both gonna tie, and then you're gonna be like, oh, they both suck as equally as much.
they both could have got points out of this, but they drew 1-1.
but they both
and-
suck.
I will make a phone
Two
call.
own goals. There you go.
I'll make
Two
a
own
phone
goals.
call and make them go back out there and play until we get a winner.
All right, I like that. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk about that Man United game. Manchester United come from 1-0 down at Old Trafford to beat Leicester 2-1.
We did it.
You did it. Congratulations.
We're back.
You're back. Absolutely.
So to answer that question, we're still in the FA Cup. They're the bigger dumpster fire.
Yeah, they
Nah,
are.
not a boo-boo. Your dumpster's all on fire.
All right,
In
so
the corner.
all right, I gain more and more respect for your coach, Ruben Amorim, every week.
Because
I love
the
his
pain
honesty.
he has to deal with.
The pain he has to deal with, but the honesty he comes out with. Listen, we all remember Arsene Wenger and Fergie back in the 90s and early 2000s where they would lie blatantly and they would say, did you see the red card and the kick that your player did? And they'd say, no, I did not see the player kick him. It's not a red card. And you're like, are you kidding me? It was right in front of you. He went 2 studs up. He broke the kid's leg. No, I did not see it. And you're like, what the F? Ruben Amorim stands up there and goes, yeah, that goal was offside. We won on an offside goal. That shouldn't have counted. But, hey, my answer to that is, congratulations, Ruben Amorim. I love the honesty. But what comes around goes around. A couple of calls, a couple of games into the season, there were some calls that didn't go your way. A couple of games ago, a call didn't go their way. Now one goes their way. This is football. What comes around goes around. I just love his honesty.
I don't know if it was offside, though.
I mean, you're the only one I've heard that has said
Except
it's
for
not
the
offside.
picture that someone posted online, which showed Maguire on. They had 2 other guys that were off. Now, then the question goes to, did those guys impact the play?
Right.
Now, that's up to the discretion of the ref and what he sees.
Well, agreed. Agreed. Maybe it was onside. Maybe I gotta
So-
feel though if VAR was involved, they would have called it off. I don't know. Hey,
Yeah, your VAR sucks though. If the Bundesliga VAR was involved,
It'd be straight across the line.
we would have had an explanation. At
yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
whatever,
because they
yeah.
explained it. But again, no VAR involved in the 4th round. A lot of people want to know why no VAR involved because a lot of clubs down in the lower leagues don't have the technology for VAR. Now, as we've grown into the 5th round here, and we'll show the matchups that are coming up here in a second. The 5th round does have VAR. That is included. So, good thing there. Manchester United, though, win it at the death. A terrible free kick to give up from Leicester. And then why are they not marking properly? And Harry Maguire ghosts in. Offside or not, doesn't matter. Puts his head on the ball. Back of the net. 2-1 against his old team. Well done, Harry Maguire. 2-1 win. Well done. You're back, Nate. You're back. You're back, baby.
We did it.
All right.
We did it.
Another team that may be back because of a win. They went 1-0 down to Leyton Orient. Man City were playing down the Orient, as they say. And a ball that was shot from just over the halfway line went over Ortega's head, came back off the crossbar, back off Ortega, and into the back of the goal for an own goal. Leyton Orient 1, Manchester City 0. Manchester City fought back, make it a 2-1 victory. They made that way tougher than they had to, though. Oh, are they back, boys? Are they back? They got some signings.
No.
No, I don't think so either.
Are they the Dragons?
The Dragons, the Leyton Orient Dragons? Is that what it is? I don't know.
That's what their crest looks like. Got 2 dragons on it.
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Why don't English clubs have cool mascots?
What do you mean?
They absolutely do.
I mean, Aston Villa, the villains. Isn't that cool? We got a great... The Red Devils.
the
The
Red
Thing's a
Devils.
lion.
Huh?
The red.
Thing's a lion.
Well, we're a lion, yes, but, I mean, the villains. And then the Red Devils
Red
from
the
Man
Red.
United.
Yeah.
I mean, Wrexham's the Dragons. That's cool, no?
Arsenal and a cannon.
The Gunners, yeah.
Yeah.
Brooks, you need to take that back,
I mean,
buddy.
Man City's what? The
The
ships?
bees.
The Citizens.
Yeah.
Citizens?
With a bunch of ships, yeah.
I like the citizens.
And the Seagulls. That's kind of a
Yeah. What about the bees?
Ours are good.
weird one.
What about the hammers?
Yeah, see? I think you're...
You have never been more wrong
No.
ever since you left your sandwich in this room.
Yeah, you sit there and you
I
think
like
about
the
what
MLS.
You
said.
sandwich
I
lead.
like the MLS ones. You got like the Timbers, you got the Sounders.
You just... The
You got the-
Timbers and the
yeah.
Sounders?
MLS
Yeah.
ones? What
Yeah.
the hell is wrong
My
with you?
God.
Yeah.
There's nothing good except for FC Cincinnati's the only good one, but they copy their stuff off England anyways, or Europe anyways. So outside of that, all the MLS. What? Remember the crew with the stupid 3 guys and the stupid badge? It's stupid. And they're like, oh,
Hey,
we're gonna
they
use
were
a
hard-
jack. Hey,
They were hard workers.
Hey, we're gonna use a jackhammer every time you score. Yeah, that's not annoying. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I want to hear every time. Here's my option. Really cool song with flashing lights like they do in Europe
Yeah,
and Cincinnati. Or some J-hole on a jackhammer. Hey, you scored.
Just
Don't
spit
you
all
love
over the
that?
microphone.
No, I don't.
No.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
All right,
Well,
all
you
right.
gotta get Timbers with Timber Joey, who has the
Timber Joey.
yeah,
Joey, my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Timber
Who's got the
Joey.
chainsaw and he's rocking around and he goes.
Great.
And then he
Hey,
cuts their log when they
let's
score.
Let's have all the annoying noises.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
We're gonna
feel
cut
like-
these for sound
I
effects.
feel like I need to apologize to everybody watching right now. Brooks
Here.
we will censor him
Brooks,
from here on
I'm going to end this debate with one word and one word only. Actually, it's 2 words. Chicago Fire. Moving on.
Oh, they
Moving
suck,
on,
yeah.
moving on. All right, another game that happened. Brooks, it was your Seagulls of Brighton. Brighton and Hove Albion,
Screw you, Chelsea.
they beat Chelsea. You very much hate. You very much hate.
Smelsy.
You very much hate them. Your goalie gave up one of the worst goals I think I've ever seen, and then Tottenham's goalie beat that a couple of hours later, or the next day, sorry.
Yeah.
What a terrible goal. Cole Palmer crosses the ball. Your goalkeeper goes to smother it and pushes it in his own net for an own goal. Down 1-0. Come back to win 2-1. Well done. Brighton Hove Albion moving on. Chelsea in a little bit of a panic right now, not playing well. They look tired.
Yeah, I heard they had
tired.
which is weird because they have 352 people on the roster.
Yeah,
but I heard they have only 3 wins in the last 8 games.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are struggling right now.
And Man United had 6 wins in the last 8 games.
Ooh, who's better? Who's better?
Less of a dumpster fire.
Less of a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm
Thank
being
you,
very
Europa
honest,
competition.
Chelsea, with a couple of wins, could have cemented 3rd or 4th place in the league. But because they've dropped games, because Newcastle have dropped games, Villa sitting 8th, they're 4 points out. It's ridiculous. So a lot of these teams just right now getting in the part of the season where tiredness happens, and they're not able to climb. They're losing points.
Not the Forest, though. The Forest are going.
Nottingham Forest,
Yes.
I think, will start to fade here. They will start to fade. That is my prediction. They will start to fade. And over the last 10 games of the season, they will slowly drop as the big boys of Newcastle, of Chelsea, of Villa.
As a Timbers fan, you got to support your fellow trees.
We'll climb. Yes, you do that there.
Wait a minute, hold on. Your mascot chops down trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're also
Yeah, I
one
feel
with,
like- I
we're also
feel like-
one with the Forest.
I feel like they would be the arch nemesis of Forest.
I
I feel like a guy named Timber Joey cutting down all the Nottingham Forest trees would be a bad thing.
Yeah, great. All right,
you replant 'em?
We're going to talk about the next round. That draw happened today. The next round of the FA Cup is being played March 1st. We're going to talk about that right after this.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just going to do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
Club America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next to line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
All right, so the 5th round of the FA Cup draw happened today. Let's see if we have the right table up here. No. Yeah, that's it. There we go. We got it. All right, so here's the draw. Preston North End are playing Burnley. Aston Villa host Cardiff City. That's at Villa Park. That'll be a good one there. Doncaster Rovers and or Crystal Palace play Millwall. Manchester United at home against Fulham. Didn't Fulham just go into Old Trafford a couple of weeks back and they stuffed some
I think
Man United won? Was it
1-0.
That's right, Martinez with the goal, right?
1-0.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Martinez
hurt
with the
himself?
goal, 1-0 before. Well, I don't think he hurt himself, did he? I mean,
He's hurt now, yeah.
he's hurt, but yeah.
His ACL, right?
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season there. Newcastle United versus at home against Brighton Hove Albion. Bournemouth with a home match against Wolves. Manchester City host Plymouth Argyle.
Giant killers.
Plymouth Argyle. They take down Liverpool, and who do they get next? Manchester City.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what they want. That's what those players want. Plymouth Argyle, that's what they
American
want.
ownership, by the way.
Is it? I don't even know that.
They're American owned.
Well done, Brooks. The last one of the round, Exeter or Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich Town. So, as I said, the 8 FA Cup 5th round matches will be played on the weekend beginning Saturday, March 1st, with replays again not happening. All games will be decided on the day and will go to penalties if necessary. Obviously, the big game in this one is maybe that Man United Fulham or Newcastle versus Brighton. Bournemouth Wolves doesn't exactly excite me. Manchester City, I'd love to see them lose to Plymouth Argyle, but let's be honest, you can't slay 2 dragons. And
Yes, you can.
I mean, weirder things have happened. Right?
And what about the 1 year West Brom won? Then they got eliminated or relegated or whatever, and then
Yeah. So that is the 5th round of the FA Cup. And yes, as we said earlier, VAR is involved in the 5th round. So there won't be any shenanigans. There was a couple that have happened over the last round or two where you're wondering why what happened, and no VAR, so that'll get all looked at. All right, we got a lot of other stuff to get to here, boys. We're going to do a little bit of Bundesliga chat. We're going to talk about the England Championship, the EFL. We're going to talk about Neymar's debut. He goes back to Santos, and that did not work out as he had hoped. We got Detroit City making a new signing. Brooks and I are pretty happy about that. I want Brooks' views on this one. There's a bidding war starting up for Trinity Rodman. We'll see where she ends up there. And the MLS is kicking off in 12 days' time. Brooks can hardly sit still because the MLS is kicking off in 12 days' time.
Yeah.
But before we get to all that,
Brooks will handle all the things that nobody cares about.
Whoa.
Go ahead and log
you like
off
FC
early.
Cincy.
Go ahead and log off early.
Hey.
Oh,
I
today-
don't tell you that about your Bundesliga.
Nobody cares about that either. Go ahead and
Hey.
the show is actually officially over.
it is-
I'm going to give you some time back.
we haven't even talked about Champions League.
I'm going to give you some time back.
Champions League.
That's what my boss would say when he ends a meeting early. I'm going to give you some time back.
You're like, you ended the meeting 2 minutes early, dude.
And I still have work to
Time
do,
back.
so I don't know what time back.
And you assigned me all the action items from this meeting. you
And some time back.
And I go towards my vacation.
And
No.
time back.
Brooks, I'm actually going to need to have you come in on Saturday. Yeah, going to need you here bright and early on Saturday around 8 a.m. Yeah, so, yeah. All right, moving on. Champions League, here we go. Nate, it's the playoffs.
It's the champions
League. All right, are you...
I'm glad the tournament has finally started 2 months into the tournament.
That's what I'm looking for because...
What do you mean? The last round was great.
You've been
There was no last round.
poo-pooing the whole thing.
No, poo-pooing is the under...
Is an understatement. I don't want to swear because...
Shystering all over it.
Shyster.
Shyster.
All right. I don't know what kids don't say that at school because I don't even know what it means. Don't. Okay, fine. Anyway, it starts. The Champions League playoffs are starting this week. Here are the matchups, and man, there's some good ones. I know it's kind of small. I apologize. All right, tomorrow, Brest versus PSG.
Ha ha ha.
Yep.
2 French teams.
Yes, sir.
Sacre bleu.
That starts at 12:45 Eastern time. Then we got Juventus versus PSV Eindhoven
That should be
at
interesting.
3 o'clock. That is that's in Italy, the Allianz Stadium in Torino, Italy. Juventus hosting. Another 3 o'clock kickoff. Manchester City versus Real Madrid.
That's just kind of funny.
That they're in the playoffs?
They're playing each other.
right off the box.
Do you think?
right off the box.
Do you think that?
They're like, we can't have this matchup again. We gotta have a different
I mean,
one.
we're all tuning into it. We're all tuning into that.
It's like, come on.
I know.
Really?
Could you be any more
Really?
just...
What?
Yeah, I agree. Come on, FIFA. At least try here to hide it from us. But that's what you want us watching, and that's what we're going to tune in and watch. The other last game that's happening tomorrow at 3 o'clock is Sporting versus Borussia Dortmund. That game is in Portugal.
Let's go.
There is a return fixture on all of these matches the following week. All the teams in the top 8 that made it through
Don't play.
have 2 weeks off from the Champions League, and my Aston Villa need it because, good Lord, do we have injuries that we need to get fixed. Yes, Nate.
Which one of these matchups are you most looking forward to?
I mean,
First 4?
to be honest,
One. You got to pick one. You can only watch one.
Man
Which one
City,
is it?
Real Madrid. I want to see
Juventus,
that.
PS Eindhoven.
And I got to go with Sporting Dortmund.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know. To me,
No, that's
like,
good.
I want to see that Gorskin kid play. And Dortmund's a dumpster file. So,
They are right now.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
play anyone.
I mean, listen, they're all good games. At this point, they're all good games. The game's on Wednesday, February 12th. Club Brugge hosting Atalanta. AS Monaco hosting Benfica. Celtic hosting Bayern Munich. And then Feyenoord Rotterdam versus AC Milan. All good games again. Great matchups, in my opinion. I do think that Bayern go to Celtic Park and knock the snot out of them 4-0 and then go back home and just coast in the following week. Celtic, they're going to get their you-know-what handed to them, in my opinion. Nate, I'll ask you that same question you asked me. Out of these 4 games, which is one you are looking forward to the most?
That's the Milan game in there, yeah?
Yep, Feyenoord versus Milan.
You know what? That's the one I want to see. I know it sounds weird, but that's because I already know what the Munich Celtic outcome is going to be.
Sure.
And I'm trying to read above it. I can't. Because
Monaco versus
Monaco
Benfica.
I could care two less.
Yeah, and then the
care.
first one is Bruges versus Atalanta.
Yeah, I don't care about that either. And like the first two don't really care about, but I'm really drawn to Milan and
Okay. Yeah.
for Nord.
Yeah, I think Milan Feyenoord is going to be a good game. Brooks, same for you. AC Milan due to Mr. Pulisic playing there.
Yeah, I've been watching AC Milan since they've acquired all their players recently, and it's a different Milan team. This is interesting to see if they can make a run at this.
Yep, this will be interesting. So these are the matchups that happen in the next 2 days, and then the reverse fixture. They'll swap places, and that'll happen next week. Looking forward to that myself. All right, so Champions League tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Jump on the We Are Soccer Facebook group. We'll be posting about those games. Put your thoughts in there, friends. It's should be fun. I'm looking forward again, personally, tomorrow to that Manchester City hosting Real Madrid. As we said, Manchester City have been a little bit of, I'll use the word again, the phrase again, dumpster fire this year, the way they've slid here. But they got a couple of new signings. I don't know if all of them are eligible to be in the Champions League. I haven't looked into that personally, but I'm assuming one or two of them are. Real Madrid, one of the best teams in the world. Here they come.
Madrid's going to dump them.
Yeah, I think it could be 3-1. Yeah, I think you're right. Real Madrid going through a little bit of an injury crisis themselves, though. They got some issues. They got some backline issues, so that could open things up. And
I think they're older on the back
Holland,
line, too.
They got what? Sorry?
They're older on the back line. That's where
they are, and that's where they're. But that's where they're falling apart right now. You know, they got injuries, so that's going to be a good one. 3:00 tomorrow. That one is in Manchester. So, all right, we got that going on. We got a couple of other things. We're going to talk about the Bundesliga. We're going to talk about the championship. I want to show you from 6th to 14th place how they're separated by 5 points. We're going to talk about Neymar's debut. We're going to talk about those things right after this.
Tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch, play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Inside on touch, play, see it, yes.
All right, we're back. Thanks, folks, for sticking around. Brooks, we may need an update on that U17 USA versus U.S. Virgin Islands game when you get a chance. That game's got to be coming to a close here soon. Do they get to 25? Do they get to 25?
It's currently 86th minute, 22-0.
22-0 in the 86th minute. My God. What was it, Chase Adams? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
he had
8 goals. They stopped saying who's been scoring the goals as of late. So
the guy typing it out
They
just
ran out. His thumbs got tired. Okay.
Yeah, he just couldn't keep up.
The man's not a warrior.
You got to fight through that, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not used to this.
That or his wife told him to get off his phone. You've been on that phone too much. Get off of that.
He's probably down there, but you know.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I've been saying it. The championship in England, the championship, just so everybody's aware, if you don't know, the championship is right below the Premiership, and they call it the championship because it is the championship. When you win it, you win £100 million, and you get promoted to the English Premier League. It is one of the most entertaining leagues in the world. Now, how it works. You finish first, automatically promoted. Finish second, automatically promoted. Finish third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, you go into a playoff. 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5, 2 games playoff, and then they go and meet at Wembley. Winner of that gets promoted. Here is that table that is happening right now. Take a look at this. So Leeds and Sheffield United playing really well and leading the way as they have all season. Burnley looking to pip into that second spot there on 61. Sunderland on 59. Boys, we could see Sunderland back in the Premiership for the first time in 10 years?
They've been saying for the past few, but they haven't got it done.
They dropped down to the 3rd tier of English soccer, but they could be back. West Bromwich Albion, they're back in it. Now, look at 45 points. Blackburn Rovers in 6th spot there. Now go all the way down to 14th Millwall with 40 points. 5 points separates 14th and 6th.
We'll go 3 spots below. They're at 37. I mean, everyone's pretty close.
I mean, everybody's got a shot. And now, look down the bottom. So Plymouth Argyle. Oh, and by the way, it was Wayne Rooney who ruined Plymouth Argyle to start out the year. They are on 25 points. They get 2 or 3 wins. They could jump out of the relegation zone. Derby County, Luton, and Plymouth holding up that bottom 3 there. And as we said, Plymouth Argyle, they just beat Liverpool. Anything's possible, man. Anything is possible these days.
Even Middlesbrough could win.
Middlesbrough. Yeah. They could be back up in there. And we know who they've got on the team, right?
Players.
Aiden Morris.
Aiden Morris. American Aiden Morris. He likes cheeseburgers, Bud Light, and
He's from Florida.
Doritos. Oh, so he likes alligators.
Colombian sandwiches.
And Colombian sandwiches, yes.
Cuban sandwiches.
Cuban
What they call them?
sandwich.
Po' boys?
Po' boys? No,
That's not what it is.
that's in New Orleans.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Anyway, but for me, super interesting to see that 5 points separates 6 through 14th. And then you go 8 points and you got another couple of teams in there. It really is unbelievable. All right. It's about that time, friends. It is time for Bundesliga Chat Time. Nate, take us away, buddy.
It's the Bundesliga Chat Time. It's the Boom. It's a Bundesliga Chat Time. It's a Bundesliga Chat Time with Craig and Brooks.
And Nate.
Howdy.
Nate.
All right, what we got going on in the Bundesliga?
Boy! This league sucks.
Let's do it.
And moving on.
This league sucks.
Let's just...
Wait a minute. Your team won.
I don't care.
Your team won.
I don't care. This league sucks. And let's talk MLS now and whoever, and nobody really cares. And then let's go to the bar. Let's not waste time.
No, I want to know.
And that is your Bundesliga Chat Time, everyone. This league sucks. You're all right.
I'm going to
Moving on.
I'm going to put up
Well, Dortmund's in 11th.
I want to
All right, fine.
the
So
table.
the league kicked off with München beating Bremen 3-0 this weekend. I believe that was the Friday game. That Harry Kane kid had a pair of
He
goals.
may just make it.
May just make it. And I don't see Munich dropping down.
That will be.
I think this is going to be Harry Kane's year to finally win his trophy.
I was about to say,
man.
that's his trophy. That's his trophy. That's the first major trophy of his career. I got to be honest. I'm ready just to hand it to the guy.
I don't see it because on the flip side, Leipzig, who's been nipping at the heels, and they needed to keep winning, needed to do well, and this is the league in a nutshell. It's not so much the success of Munich; it's everyone else pooping the bed at the wrong time.
Yep.
And Leipzig came up lame and was a 0-0 draw this weekend when they should have been a win. And jerks.
Jerks. Well, Aston Villa did take one of their better
You mean
players from
Frankfurt?
Dortmund,
No, Leipzig.
Donia Marshall,
Leipzig
so that
did?
was good.
I see a win here for
Or
Leipzig.
Leverkusen, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Leverkusen, yeah.
So Leverkusen, Wolfsburg, they should have beat Wolfsburg. Definitely should have won. They tied them 0-0, and with that, I don't see a way back. Even my hope was that they're going to keep up and they were going to play Munich this weekend, Wednesday, or I think Saturday actually, and that was going to be them nipping the points and getting a little bit closer. They were unable to do that. So I hate to say that Munich we might as well award them the trophy, but it's pretty damn close at this point. So I'm sad.
No.
World's sad.
Boo.
You ruined my party.
But maybe they won't win the Pokal.
They won't. They're out. Moving
There
on.
you go.
Dortmund versus Stuttgart. So apparently when I was sleeping, they hired Niko Kovac over the weekend or week, who used to coach for Munich, used to coach a bunch of different places, actually won a few titles with them. Munich fired him. Here he comes. New coach, new manager bounce. Not so much. Because apparently Valdemar Anton, center back from Stuttgart, who got sold to Dortmund, decided he wanted to still play for Stuttgart and gave him the 1-0 lead.
Hey!
2-1 victory overall. And Mr. Giro Reyna saw 15 minutes of playing time.
Whoa, 15 minutes.
15 minutes of playing time. That's a 1 and a 5. Look at him. Yeah, look at him. So 2-1, a little bit of a fiery match even towards the end with the left back right back actually for Munich getting a red card because a little slap and tickle, a little holding.
Ooh, little slap and tickle. That's my favorite game.
Yep, a little holding, a little grabbing, a little pushing and shoving, and
Keep it family friendly, Nate.
Yep.
Please.
Hoffenheim versus Union Berlin. 0-4 to Union Berlin. Pifok did not see that game. He's injured.
Yeah.
No, I thought he got traded back to France.
And he's injured.
He's out for a while, right?
Yeah.
Bad knee
Back to
injury.
Stade Reims
He's
or
going to be
whatever.
done for a while.
Tanner Reigns, he's done.
Yeah.
So Mainz versus Augsburg 0-0. A Banks came on, played 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Good on you, but he's 18-year-old still getting in minutes there. Helston Kiel versus Bochum 2-2. Tolkien starts left wing back and gets an assist by smashing the ball into a player's arm within the backs for the PK. That technically counts as an assist.
Sure, why
And
not?
it's on the stat sheet, damn it.
You get it done any way you can.
On the stat sheet, damn it.
Any way you can.
Right, RB Leipzig versus St. Pauli, 2-0 to Leipzig. Sands played another start, full 90. Won the most duels, 82% pass success.
Okay.
And you guys know how I always go, hey, this is a Bundesliga player everyone should be looking out for because he's going to be the man.
You've called a couple recently?
Called a
Yes.
couple
Yes.
Throughout the years.
Yes.
Throughout the years. Benjamin Sisseko is the one who, if you're looking for a forward, this guy can ball.
I'm always looking for forwards, and I've watched him. That kid can play.
So their first goal was scored in 10 seconds on a counter off of basically a missed shot that hit the post.
Oops.
Where Simeon carried it up, sliced it to Sisseko, who the St. Pauli left back came flying in, and Sisseko just cut it back. Whoop, whoop. The guy went whoop, right by him, whoop, like those noises, whoop, and Benjamin just went boop, and popped it in the net. That was the goal number one. Goal number two is created off of him pulling the ball down, chest trap, played it off to the right player on the right, who played it back to him, who then he flicked it, and then that ball got smashed in. So involved in both goals in the 2-0 win against St. Pauli for Leipzig, and I'm telling you that's the guy you want to look out for. Rounding off the games that were important or that most people might or might not care about, Joseph Scully's Gladbach versus Frankfurt. I'll tell you what, Craig.
Yeah.
1-1.
Ooh. Okay.
Frankfurt, 15 shots, 7 on target, 2.15 XG.
Wow, they had a lot of chances.
They had a lot of chances. They should have won that game easily 3-0.
Yeah.
But you know what you got to do when you're shooting?
Got to put the ball on frame and score.
Yeah, you got to put it on frame there. And, heading it over the net is not the way to do it.
Fortunately, there's no Marmouche anymore.
No Marmouche. He has left the city.
Yes.
To the city.
He is headed. He is
Sorry,
in
Omar.
the city of Manchester. Yes.
And I'll tell you what, Frankfurt have been struggling since then.
Yes.
So that's what happens when you take your best goal scorer and kind of move them on. You don't win a game in the last 4 matches.
Wow. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so, but, hey, Frankfurt, I hope that $60 million was worth it. Anywho, there you go. That's your Bundesliga wrap-up.
Bundesliga Chat Time. Thank you, Nate. Based on that, I do want to tell you that you are not wrong. In order to score goals, you got to put it on frame and put it on net and get the back of the net bulging. The new and improved We Are Soccer youth team this past weekend did just that in the second half. In the first half, very disappointing display from our team. Listen, our boys were playing a team that put in a lot of effort, and our
I feel like you should do a recap after every match.
Yeah,
just have film yourself like at the place.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And then just do a video, and then instead of sitting here and talking, we can see you like.
I can show it,
and then film the other rec parent coach at your travel team.
Do an interview with
rec coach for sure.
By the way, not your travel team, the travel players you've pulled.
Yeah.
From Michigan,
the team
for our We Are Soccer team.
You should even interview a player too.
I could do that. There's one who would definitely love
interview a player on the other team.
No, he wouldn't like to be interviewed.
Okay.
Interview a player on the other team and ask how he feels.
That could be a tough subject. I do want to tell everybody a funny story. So there is a kid on our We Are Soccer youth team. Yes, the Michigan Jags players play for the youth team, who is a die-hard Liverpool fan. This kid absolutely loves Liverpool. He begged me and begged me and begged me the whole game to go play forward. And I said, listen, I'll let you play forward for the last 5 minutes. So I put him on to play forward. And then I pulled out my phone because I wanted to see the score of the Liverpool game. And this kid is a die-hard Liverpool fan. I went, oh, my God, they just lost to Plymouth Argyle. Hey, Liam, yeah, I know you've only been on for 2 minutes. Come, we're going to need a sub. Come on, kid, come on. And he goes, really? What's going on, coach? I go, your team just lost to Plymouth Argyle. The kid literally just turned and walked away. He was pissed off. Yeah, I don't care if you're 11. I'm going to give it to you because Aston Villa is the best team in the world. And he gives me stick about Villa all the time, but it was a funny one. Anyway,
good for him.
Our team in the first half had a couple of breakaways. We made the other team's goalkeeper look really good. We put the ball right at him, and then we missed left, right, and center up top, and oh my God, we couldn't. It was 3-1 at halftime. Quickly after the half, it was 3-2 because we came out a little sleepy. And then I took the boys and I said, no. Let's go. I need to see more quicker passes, and let's put the ball on goal. Final score, 16-4. Genius coaching. Yeah. Genius coaching.
You didn't score as many goals as 17 youth national teams did.
It does help when you're the playing opponent is significantly inferior to the team that you're playing.
The other team put in a great effort. I told the coach afterwards, best game we've had. It was very close until the end when your kids got a little tired, but yeah. Anyway, the We Are Soccer youth team does it again. Yeah! All because of the coaching. All right, we got a couple of other things to get to. Neymar's, not his debut, his return for Santos did not go as planned. He completed only 1 of 8 dribbles in the game. He lost the ball on 24 occasions, and he failed to record a single shot on target. Oh,
so when's he retiring?
He is 33.
Okay. So like 2 years because his leads are going to give out at some point?
Well, see, I put that stat, Brooks. I put that stat in the We Are Soccer Facebook group, and I said, he's made his return. 1 of 8 dribbles completed, 24 lost, no shots, and someone goes, great, he looks like he's ready for the MLS. That was low blow. He
couldn't make it anymore. That's why I wouldn't take him.
Star power name alone, someone will take a chance on him.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why Chicago. I wish he went to Chicago because it would have made him worse.
Oh my God, a dumpster fire and a dumpster fire.
Yes.
Holy crap! And what that would have cost them, right?
Gosh darn it, Neymar.
Yeah, well. All right. We got a couple of other pieces to get to. We're going to finish up with. We're going to talk about the new Detroit City FC signing, and then who is bidding on Trinity Rodman, and then when does the MLS kick off? We're going to talk about all that in the last couple of minutes when we come back from this.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
All right, we're going to finish up here in a couple minutes, just real quick. Detroit City FC makes a brand new signing this week, and I'm kind of excited by it. Mr. Jay Chapman makes his return to the state of Michigan. Former Michigan State standout player, former Toronto FC player, former Canadian national team player. He is coming to Detroit City, 31 years old. Brooks, you watched him play at Michigan State. What do you think of this signing? Good, bad, ugly? What do you think? I like it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's an experienced center mid that DCFC gets. He was loaned out so he's with Hartford. He was loaned out to Charleston last year. Then he's been loaned out again. So obviously Hartford and the USL Championship don't need him for anything. But yeah, listen, he's an experienced guy. He's a creative player. I think it keeps the game pretty simple. He saw a lot of time at certain times with TFC, and then other times he was just kind of a bench player, like a super sub for him. So it's been kind of spotty for it, for how much he's been starting and how impactful he's been in his career. But listen, he's a good depth player. He'll come up big. He'll make some big plays. He's a good player for him. So we'll see what happens.
More of a depth player
than
someone to come in and start and really change a game from the start.
I think
more of a depth
I
signing.
think if he comes in late in the midfield, and you look for a creative player that can, slip a guy through or find the game and turn and play, like that's what you're going to look with Jay. He's not going to cover ground, defend, and get stuck in a whole lot. That's not his game.
Sure.
But he could be a difference maker for sure, and that's something, some depth that they haven't really had in the past. So
good. I like it. Well, Jay Chapman signing with Detroit City FC back here in the state of Michigan after leaving all those years ago from Michigan State. I love it. That season kicks off in the next couple of weeks as well, USL Championship, so that's fun to see. We've got the MLS kicking off very soon. That's 12 days away. Before we get to that, Brooks is going to list out a game or two that he's excited about for the start of that season. On February 22nd, we're going to talk about the NWSL, the women's side of the game, for one quick hot minute, because Trinity Rodman of the Washington Spirit is a top prospect right now for teams in England. The Arsenal women's team and the Chelsea women's team are both bidding for her services, and they want her in London. Brooks, this could go over $1 million, which would top Norma Germa.
She was 1.1 million.
1.1 or just shy of 1.1?
Yeah.
That was the biggest transfer fee in the history of the women's game.
Yeah. I got a buddy.
This could go bigger, right?
I got a buddy that scouts for an NWSL club, and he tells me that I sent him a text. I was like, listen, could this possibly be bigger than Naomi's transfer to Chelsea? He's like, yes, it potentially be. I was like, is it 2 million? He's like, maybe more towards 1.5 possibly could get to.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, listen, he doesn't know for sure, but he's guessing. But I'm like, wow, that's listen, I think the question was for the women's game was, we know they pay a lot of money, like for the big clubs in Europe, and NWSL pays decent, but how is this crazy transfer fee stuff going to work between these two leagues, and is it going to get big enough where players can make money from it, and then we're getting these big deals going on? And I think that's the start of it. I think the European clubs want the top American players over there because they know they change the game and they know they bring a lot of competition. So, and I think a lot of the top young girls want to go play in Europe. Honestly, because they get paid, and and to be in front of crowds. I mean, who want to be in front of crowds like Arsenal and whatnot in Chelsea that essentially almost sell out a lot of their games, to be honest with you.
Yep.
So,
well, we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eyes on that one and see if Trinity Rodman heads over to London and plays for Arsenal women or Chelsea women. Yeah. All right, we're going to finish it up. The MLS is kicking off at the big game yesterday, the S Bowl, which I don't believe we're allowed to say because we haven't bought in the rights. It's called the big game. Lionel Messi and friends, before the kickoff of their MLS season, were hanging out and watching the game. Very cool to see. Lionel Messi and company, Inter Miami, play in that first game. The February 22nd, right? Who they got? They got New York, is it?
They do. Well, don't forget, though, we also have CONCACAF Champions Cup that kicks off
Ooh.
just slightly before then, too.
I did forget about that.
So Sporting KC and Miami play each other on the 18th of February. So I'm curious how many guys they actually run out for that game. Like, is it a full slate of guys? Because, was it 4 days later they play on the Miami and SKC play on the 22nd.
Interesting.
So that'd be interesting. But for the opening weekend of MLS on February 22nd, 23rd, I'd say one interesting match for me, or two of them for me, is that Seattle-Charlotte matchup should be interesting. We'll see how Charlotte's kind of made some acquisitions. Obviously, they have Zaha.
I'm very interested in how Zaha fares in the MLS.
Yeah.
I am bummed that, no offense when I say this, Brooks, I'm very bummed he didn't join Aston Villa a couple years ago. I still think he's got some gas in the tank. I would have loved to have seen him back in the EPL, but he could, if he still got it, he could tear the MLS a new one, man.
Interesting.
He is quick.
Interesting. And Seattle acquired Jesus Ferrer from FC Dallas. So how and Brian Schmetzer is talking about playing a 3-5-2 with Jordan Morris and Ferrer playing the two up top. So we'll see how that goes. So there's some interesting, and then the other one on the 23rd. So the defending MLS Cup champions play the new expansion side. LA Galaxy plays San Diego. So that'll be interesting. It's hosted.
Welcome to the MLS.
Correct.
Here's the champions.
Yes. Now, LA Galaxy have gotten rid of 4 or 5 top guys, and they've sold to other clubs within the league or outside the league. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll see how the new expansion side San Diego goes here. In that game on the 23rd. So.
Yep. Well, interesting. It starts in less than 12 days, essentially. The MLS is back. Yes, they're talking about moving towards the European schedule, but that's not happening now. We're still following through the old schedule. We're starting here in late February and going all the way through to October, November, December. All right, that's going to wrap us up. Big thank you to our partners. Big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net. Big thank you to Next Level Training. Big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars. Appreciate all the love and support the Michigan Jags have given us, especially the players I use for the We Are Soccer youth team. Just saying. Better to be... Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary. I would very much appreciate the love and support you have shown us as well. For me and the boys, we're out. Cheers.
Cheers.